Hi everyone, this is Kim, and you are watching Zack Archer. Yay!
Jesus, free Britney. Just free Britney already, alright? Britney Spears is the topic of many a headline recently, kind of out of nowhere, because she's been kind of under the radar for a while now. And then out of nowhere, she just kind of, boom, blew up and was all over the place. Britney Spears, to me, very grateful for her existence. She was honestly like my first celebrity crush I've ever had when I was really, really young. Like, probably way too young to even have any sort of celebrity crush. I was like obsessed with her, infatuated. Like, we're talking Britney, young Britney with like the headset, the headset mic on stage kind of thing. So real old school Britney. We're talking like Oops, I Did It Again, Baby One More Time Britney, like classics. That's really where my love of Britney is it's around that area. Though I do appreciate some of her later stuff, like Circus, and then even a couple of her even 2010s songs, Hold It Against Me, like there's some nice ones in there, but generally my love for her music and her was like real old school, young Britney. But man, you can't escape the headlines now for this conservatorship, a word that's all over the place now that was like you didn't really hear before. I don't think I ever even really heard it being talked about before this conservatorship. And man, what a mess this is. I mean, I like to always preface cases like this, like it's quick to bandwagon and be like, oh my god, this is terrible, and then stuff will come out where it's like, guys, you really just you jumped on the bandwagon, but you didn't think it through, and it's purely logical what's going on here. It makes sense if you actually took the time to think about it, but everyone just saw the headlines and jumped on it. I don't think that's the case here. I just like tried to debrief myself because I knew generally the stuff that was going on, but I just looked at this article to debrief on all the stuff that's going on, and oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. So it's like, yeah, we don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, but I am one... If I ever have the choice, I think I'm going to default on the side of the person who wants their own independence. Really, like they're fighting for them to have control over their own life. I'm going to default on that side like 10 times out of 10, I think. Like for me to sit here and say, Jamie Spears, Britney's father, who is has conservatorship over her and has control over so many aspects of her life, and who wants to continue to have control over these aspects, he is actually in the right here. He's a really protective father, and he's really doing what's best. That's possible. I mean, like the only thing we've really gotten from that regard is like a statement from from his lawyer, who said everybody's got it wrong. They're trying to make him out to be a villain, but he's really just a protective father who wants the best for his child, and he would want her to be able to be free of a conservatorship, but he stands behind all his decisions. There was one quote in particular where they were like, he's not the perfect dad. He knows he's not the perfect dad. He's not claiming to win any Dad of the Year awards, but he's always felt like he did what was best for her in her career and in her life. And I just found this wild to think about, because if you look at it from the surface, like, okay, yeah, I could see that. Like from a father-daughter relationship thing, but then you take a step back and you're like, yeah, but the way he's talking and the way they're talking is like they're talking about how he like parents or disciplines his child like a 15-year-old child, but in reality this is a grown woman, and he's been in control of her life for upwards of 12 years now, right? Ever since the breakdown moments. But she's like in her 40s, right? I believe she's in her 40s. So to say like, oh, I don't think he would win. He doesn't think he would win any Father of the Year awards, but he thinks he's doing what's best. It's like, there's a point where you're having a little too much control. You're still back in like taking care of a teenage daughter. And in essence, that's what a conservatorship is there for. That's why it's a thing, is for someone who's not at the full capabilities of a regular functioning adult to like care for their finances in their life. I get that. But I'm also one who I'm partial to the argument that she has been doing these concerts, putting on all these shows, doing so much work, and been in the public eye for all these years without any more like noticeable breakdowns, anything remotely close to that. I think she's well enough to care for her life and have control over her life. This is insane. The details of this case are crazy. And as I was scrolling through, debriefing myself and everything, there's so many updates. I'm like, when does it end? Update after update of like, she wants to have her father removed from the conservatorship, but the court denies a couple times, denies the removal of him. So it's like, at that point, I don't get it. I don't get, like, there's no real argument against or like pro Jamie Spears in that regard to me. If my daughter's telling me that, like, clearly expressed she doesn't want to be controlled by me, and I really want the best for my daughter, it's not like, well, no, I'm putting my foot down. She may be 40 some odd years old and a grown woman, but I am the parent, damn it. I am the parent. I want control over her and her finances and all the benefits that come with it. And not only that, I want her to pay for my lawyers. Like, there's so much stuff coming up. It's like, oh, now he's filing for her to have to pay for his lawyers. Ridiculous. Okay. And then, like, the mother getting involved, and I think the mother was the one to deny the filing for her to pay for his lawyers. So it's a whole messy situation. This article I was reading from Harper's Bazaar. There's like all these comments from like friends of Britney and like family members, the brother and sister of Britney Spears commenting on it. And it's like, okay, now the mother and father at odds. It's like, it's a whole mess. But the way she addressed the court, and she was like expressing that she feels like it's an abusive thing. And she hasn't given me the indication of someone who's unstable, and that's something you can verify pretty readily. Is she at a point where she can care for herself? I think so. It's rough. I just think #Free Britney, I'm all here for it. And it's crazy how dormant this movement has been. This freebritney.net or whatever came out in 2009 or so. And it was always like a wackadoodle thing, it's like an out there theory, like that we need to save her from something. But now it's coming out where she's actually like vocal about it. She appreciates the fans rallying behind it. It's wild. One thing that's really interesting, a byproduct of this whole Free Britney movement coming out now is kind of like people taking a second to reflect back on the moment where Britney shaved her head and everybody was calling her crazy, and I mean the press just hounded her, and it's like, wow, in retrospect, knowing what we know now, it's okay, wow, we really handled that poorly. Not only as like an audience of, like ostracizing her and saying, wow, she's crazy, she really did that, what a like psycho alert, and just from the press's perspective, how paparazzi in general, especially during that period, like early 2000s, mid 2000s, for pop stars like this was crazy. Paparazzi was crazy. I feel like crazier than ever at that point, because you didn't have things like social media that made people a lot more public in general. So just to get people on film and capturing all these moments and harping on the drama, every little piece of drama in their lives or every slightly controversial thing they did, it's like, boom, they're on it. And just, there was no privacy. I mean, it's very much the case a lot with paparazzi that, there are no boundaries because that's just like their job, and there's no real morality instilled there. But especially back then, it's like they were on them, didn't matter. It's like they'd be like, please go away, and they'd be just more in your face. And it's like, wow, that whole moment, the headline was not like, oh, poor Britney, or we hope Britney gets through it, because it's not an interesting headline. It's not like, we hope the best for Britney. Seems like a pretty traumatic event. But it's like, no, wow, she's crazy. She's a complete meltdown, you know? And that's the headline. But in reality, it's like she just wanted control over something. And it seems silly. And I get, especially this time, it's like the reason people find it so easy to criticize someone like that is like, well, you're a celebrity. You've got such a lavish and wonderful life. You know, you're much better off than us. So when you do something out there like this, shave your head, it's like, yeah, we're gonna make fun of you for it, because you never really think, oh, they're going through something. They're going through something, because it's like, no, we go through stuff. Celebrities, they got it good. So she's cuckoo. But no, she just wanted control over something, as silly as it sounds. She was tired of them like making her hair however they wanted it, you know. So she's like, F it, shave it. What are you gonna do now? And then the resurfacing of the "Leave Britney Alone" video from a fan. It's like, wow, that person, they were right all along. They were looking at it the right way, when all of us were like, wow, she's crazy, you know. Yeah, that's it. Free Britney. Get her out of there. Get out of there. She's not locked away. Get her out of the conservatorship. The fact that she went up there on the stand and was saying this is so abusive, and she was really messed up by it, and the judge is like, no, Jamie's a good guy. He's a good guy. He'll take care of it. He's fine. He's been doing it for 12 years. Just let him keep doing it. That's wild to me. That's wild. And again, we don't know all the details. We don't know her personal life. But everything points to, wow, she's gotten screwed in all this. All the success that she's done is not thanks to Jamie Spears. I know the lawyer likes to say, man, he saved her life. He took her what, $6 million into $60 million or something. Man, she should be grateful for all the work he did, getting her life on track for her. It's like, okay, even if it was out of the kindness of his heart, there's a point where you got to step back and you got to be like, okay, if I'm doing it for my kid's well-being, and she's 40 something years old and she's fine now, she wants to get out of it, she doesn't want me controlling her life, then I step back. It seems like a self-interested person. I know I'm going off on another tangent here, but I can't get over that enough. It's like, yeah, there's two sides to every story, but every way I look at it, it seems like a self-interested person. A father that would, to their 40-something-year-old daughter, look at them and say, no, I'm going to keep control over you. Doesn't seem like they're the best interest in mind. It seems like almost like they want that financial control and they want all the benefits that come with it. And F her, you know? So they haven't spoken in however long. Like he even said to himself, they haven't spoken in ages and he misses her. Dang it. I had to check this. I had to clarify. Britney Spears is 39 years old. Dang it. I always thought for sure it was 40. At least 40 something. Now I just disrespected her this whole video, calling her 40 something. But that's alright. Britney Spears posts topless photo amid conservatorship battle. Why though? Oh, a topless bag. Okay. Jesus, that's got a lot of likes. This was posted 6 hours ago at the time I'm doing this video. Just now seeing this. 1.6 million likes 6 hours ago. Britney. You got it, Britney. Alright, that's it. Free Britney, bitch.